Hello, this is Samadan, and Samadan is on a journey to make gold, along with Shadowdan and Stabadan, our other two characters on this realm. So Samadan is our farming character, and he's going to contribute to the general pool of gold that we're starting to accumulate here. He currently has on him 12,000 gold from his last farming session. So what we're going to do is go find somewhere else to go and farm with his current abilities, and we're going to see if we can either A, gain some experience. He's currently, where is he now? He's currently level 46, so not too far off of being able to actually get into Shadowlands, but we can't fly in Shadowlands, we haven't unlocked that. So we're looking at places really that we can fly, because as a druid with instant cast flight form, that's going to be our main thing that's going to help us travel around the world. So in terms of deciding what we could possibly do and where we can go and farm, we're going to use the Worth It add-on like we've used before, and this is going to give us a list of potential things we could possibly look at for farming. A lot of these are going to be current expansion Shadowlands things which we can probably rule out. We're going to change this to the farms over to multi-farms, because there are several things we can do. We can do both mining and herbalism, as well as a few other bits and pieces. So there's a few options here. There's Whiptail in Uldum. We did winter grass before. There's a number of things we can get here. The volatiles can always be interesting ones here. The pyrite ore is another nice thing to look for here. So we could go to maybe Uldum. Also looking at the sale rate here. Want to look at things that are potentially useful like Dreamleaf in Val'sharah could always be useful for potion makers and scribes for their materials that they might need. I want to pick somewhere fairly old world, I would say, from the looks of things. If we order this by sale rate itself, we can avoid some of the ones that are current. But we could look here, Tanan Jungle, terrible gold per hour, but a good sale rate. We want a good balance between the gold per hour in theoretical we can get here versus sale rate. Twilight Highlands looks good. Cobalt ore looks like a potential one as well. 17,000 there. There's a big jump there from cobalt ore though to Dreamleaf. It would make more sense to go for that one. Get some fell slate, some blaystone ore, some seeds and some Dreamleaf as well. And we're quite familiar with this area anyway. I think we might head back to Legion, as we were questing there anyway. It's familiar territory. So if we click on this little icon here, we can import the route. We'll have a reset of the user interface once we click on this. So I'll just go with this one, import that. And we have a look at Val'sharah here. We should have a route here in red, which is going to give us an option there. I wonder why we go around here as well. It's probably because it's not shown here. I imagine we'll get some nodes over there. But if we follow this red route around, that could be a good source of Dreamleaf following this around. So let's head on over that direction. We have a few quests and things we'll probably ignore for the moment. We do actually have Blackrock Prison here and prison keys and some other quests here that we're currently working through. Val'sharah we're nearly done, in fact, in terms of the story progress. So we've just got to finish off in Blackrock Hold. We could maybe look at doing that whilst we're here, but let's carry on. The main focus here is gaining some experience and gaining some potential items that we can sell on the auction house. So in terms of things we have in our bags, we just have some relics really, nothing major in there. A little bit of Windwall cloth, the mist piercing goggles that we wanted, and the fangs of Ashamain, and some more relics there. In order to keep our bags nice and clear, let's go pop some of these relics in the bank.
Have a good one.
There we go, that should clear our bags a little bit there. Just very few items on at the moment. Bag Appraiser is currently collecting everything up. If we change this setting slightly and change this, instead of combined total, we're just going to look for what's in our bags. And instead of maybe using market value, let's go for a more average price. So let's go for TSM region market average. That way we can see up with a quick glance at the top, our current items are worth 620 gold. That's mainly down to the price of my Dark Moon Firewater and a little bit the Windwall cloth. So those are things to maybe take into account as we collect things. We can have a look at this and see how much that value raises up. So let's head on back to Dalaran and we can start our journey afresh. And we're off. So we currently are about a third of the way into level 46.
Work complete.
Those are just filtered by zone, so there's a whole load of stuff there that we may need to hand in. Actually, I just realised a quicker way to get there would have been to use our dream walk, but as we're flying anyway, we might as well carry on this route. I always forget as a druid that we can do that. Okay, here we are into the area. We just head a little bit further north and we'll start the route proper. Now it's a fairly wooded area, so we're just going to go through and pick up what we can along the way. And here's our red line just coming into view now. So we'll start following this in an anti-clockwise direction. Now we don't have an enchant for Legion herb gathering. Should have probably picked one of those up. I'll try some Dark Moon Firewall to see if that helps. Yep, that at least helps us with our gathering. So that's a nice cheap easy way to carry on our route here. I've had to avoid this area because this line takes you through the Dream Grove, so I'm going to just follow this line along the bottom instead and then catch up with it there. There we go, level 47 already. We haven't even done one circuit yet. Okay, that's one circuit done already. We're still obviously in rested XP, but we've almost gone a whole level with that. And we are currently on Bag Appraiser telling us we have 4,488 worth of items, mainly Dreamleaf and Laystone ore, combination thereof there. So let's carry on. It's not taken us too long at all to go through that. I'm not really tracking the time. I'm not going to calculate this on a real rough gold per hour. We're just going around until we lose interest, basically. Okay, and that's another circuit done. We're currently sitting at 7:25, so we're probably going for about half an hour. We've got nearly another ding into another level. We're just about to run out of our rested XP though. According to Bag Appraiser, we've got 10,000, nearly 11,000 worth of what we've currently picked up. Laystone ore, Dreamleaf. There's a robe there that may be worth 1,000 gold. Some fell slate and some seeds. So all in all, I would say that's pretty successful. So what we'll do is we'll head back to Stormwind and then we'll get ourselves set up for the auction house. Okay, back in Stormwind. So let's have a look at our TSM groups at the moment. We have a basic mass sell group at the moment. So we're basically anything we pick up, we're just looking to sell on for whatever possible. We have our Laystone ore, we can add that in, the seed, might as well add in the wool cloth, unbroken tooth, maybe get a sell, maybe not. It is kind of junk at this point. The lockbox will have to send over to Samadan to pick once he gets leveled up. Fell slate, definitely want to sell some of that. Dreamleaf, we don't want the Dark Moon Firewater, so we'll leave that off. We could even make another group and call that Do Not Sell, if I made one here. And we move the Firewater into there. That way I know it's going to stay there and it hasn't got any operations on it. We can override those so we don't have anything in terms of mailing or anything like that. In fact, the base group, it's better just to take those off, just to keep those safe anyway. So we're just on mass sell here. So mass DB market, sell whatever we can for 12 hours. We could possibly post that up to 24 hours if we're not going that frequently. Post cap 200, percentage wise 40% DB market or 110% vendor sell. And the same there with a little bit of variation in the maximum price between 400% DB market and 200% DB region market average. We could fiddle around with those figures a little bit. If we find some things are a little bit too expensive, then we can always use this region sale average instead. So let's carry on here. So, well, some of these, things like the Crescent Veil leggings and the Crescent Veil robe, we might be better off putting those rather than specific items as base item level. So we'll change that to base item, and then we'll add those in. So it doesn't matter what stats we're comparing against, we'll just add those in for transmog purposes. And add those two in there. All the grey items we can sell anyway, and the lockbox we'll send on over to Samadan. There we go, and I'll sell that junk first as well. So we gain 17 gold from that. We have bag appraisers telling me 10,000 gold based on those items. Let's go and put them on the auction house and see what we would actually get for them. Obviously, time will tell. So we'll go to our auctioning, under the mass sale, run a post scan, and we'll literally just undercut the competition on most of these. The lean shanks below min price, the cerulean seeds below min price, those are fine, we'll just leave them as they are. The main things we're really looking at here is Dreamleaf at 43 gold is a reasonable price. Smart average buy price of 8 gold. So that is actually bumped up a fair amount for this market. If we were to sell all of what we've got so far, that would be pretty amazing. In fact, actually, we've only got 200 here. We might have to increase the amount we sell. And the same, no, the Lakestone ore's okay. That's coming in at 20 gold min buyout. So that's a pretty solid price for that. So I'll post that on. Just have to redo my macro. And we'll just update that. And then in my groups under mass sell, let's just change that. And instead of 200 DB market, let's increase that post cap to 400 and rename it appropriately 400 DB market. Now if we do a rescan and use our scroll wheel macro to post all of those on, and then we'll get a gauge as to whether those sell over the course of time. We have 12,000 gold on us. According to our 9 posted auctions, there's potential for 20,000 gold if all of that does sell. I'm not expecting it all to sell. We'll see how things go. And bag appraisers back down to 500 gold, which is 1 minus our Dark Moon Firewater. So all in all, pretty good, I would say. Now we're at level 47. It's not going to be too long before we're 50 and we can start chasing Samadan and get a little bit closer to him. But the next character we will be looking at is Samadan, and we'll see how he gets on with following the storyline and what he can do for his gold-making adventure. So we'll say goodbye for now, Samadan. Good luck with your auctions. We hope they'll sell quickly for you. Until next time, happy gold making, and we'll see you very soon.